Okay guys, in this video we're going to be going over pretty much the most basic harmonic pattern you're going to learn. It's going to be the Gartley pattern. So let's dive right into it. I don't want to waste you guys' time. Spill out the knowledge, right? Alright, so we're going to have an up move. We'll have a pullback. When we measure this pullback, what's going to give you the clue that it's going to be a Gartley pattern? When you measure low to high, in this case, you're going to notice that this B retracement comes in right at the 618, okay? And then it bounces right off. All right, that's the clue right there that you might be forming a Gartley pattern, okay? Especially when it comes and it breaks through that 618. That's when you know for sure there's could be something going on, like it bounces off and then it comes back down, okay? So this C point can be anywhere between a 382 all the way up to an 886. Okay, so if I measure this pullback, okay, this C point can be between a 382 all the way up to an 886. Okay, what's more important is the B point in this case, right? And then the D point, completion. Okay, so I'll take off. 86, 382. Okay, so it can range between the 382 all the way up to the 886, all right, for the Gartley. What's more important is when it breaks through the B point and you form that extension, okay? And then we're gonna predict it's gonna finish around the 786, all right? We're gonna have to add in the ABA expansion real quick. Okay, so it's X, A, B, C, D. Okay, this Gartley pattern is going to finish right here at the 786. Now let's add in ABA. And beautiful. We have our 127 right there, lining up literally to the hair, right, to the dot on 786. So we have two Fibonacci confluences right here. So let me actually draw in the pattern. So X, A, B, 618. That's going to give us a clue. It's going to be a Gartley, right? Retracement. Remember, it can be 382 all the way up to an 86. Going to break down, and then boom, we're going to finish right here. The D point's going to finish at the 786 with the 127 lining up. Okay. The Gartley pattern can also have the 1618 ABA expansion, but more likely than not, mostly you're going to see this 127 line up. Okay. It just depends on the situation. But whatever Fibonacci ABA 1618, 127, whatever is closer to 786, that's where you're going to do your zone. Okay. This time we don't have to do a zone in this example because it's lined up perfectly. Okay. So that's a bullish Gartley pattern, okay? And then it goes the same thing the other way for a bearish one. Okay. So memorize that structure. Alright, so remember X, A, B, 618 retracement, pull back, C, 886, and then the D point comes in at the 786, 127. Okay, just remember that. Okay, and what's different about this pattern than the other patterns is that this D point does not exceed the X point, right? For our extension patterns, we're going to get this X point is going to break. But for our Gartley pattern, it's within the structure, okay? That's what's really important to understand. It's within the structure. It does not break the X point, okay? So let me pause for a second, let me go to a real example, and I'll show you one actually forming right now. So yeah, it's not just theory, you're actually seeing a real pattern form, all right? So let me find it, and let me erase this, let me get to it. Okay guys, so I'm here on Australian dollar on the 4-hour chart, okay? Notice right away, it's looking like something we just drew out, right? It's looking like the Gartley pattern. Let's actually measure it out, make sure, remember how to make sure with our Fibonacci ratios, right? So low up to this high. Notice where that high stalled out, 775, quarter point, right? That's little bit more advanced stuff, right? If you're using the quarter point theory, which I do. This chart's clean. It doesn't have anything on it, but my real chart would have the quarter points lined up and everything lined up, and then I'll have more confidence, right? But I'm just doing the patterns for you guys, okay? So let me fix this Fibonacci. Make sure there's a 618 in it. Okay, notice where this retracement came in at the 618. Okay, right there. All right, that's giving me the clue that this could be a Gartley pattern, right? Now let's measure this retracement right here. I know it's going to be near the 618. It's going to miss it by here, yeah. So as you can see, this retracement measuring from high to low, this inside retracement didn't exactly touch the 618, but it got very, very close. So it's going to be in between the 50 and the 60. All right, but it stalled out right at the 50. But we're still good. Remember, 382 all the way up to 886. We're still good. Okay, what I need to see is price start to break down, so then we can start getting our Gartley pattern set up, right? So check this out. Let me draw it in. You can see it. Okay, so now let's do our ABA expansion. A, B, 618, A, boom. See where that 127 comes in right there? Boom. Let me enable the 786, our initial move, and boom, they line up perfectly. That's beautiful. Let me move this arrow a second. All right, so it's right now it's Sunday, market open, so that's why we're having this little, you know, it's going to consolidate here, but I think it's going to hit. It's looking like a really good pattern. All right, so let me actually draw it in for you guys. The rest of it. Boom. All right, so that's a real Gartley example. I'm expecting this to complete. On my real chart, obviously, I have my quarter points, I have everything lined up, I have more than just a naked chart. But I keep it very simple, guys. Very, very simple trading. Nothing complicated. I can either short this. There's two opportunities here. You can short it to the completion, but since there's this trend line coming through here, I don't really want to short it just yet. And also, I'm be shorting against the trend because I expect it to go up. Maybe the trends breathe a little bit. When it breathes, it's going to make this pattern and then it'll take off. Okay, so let's measure our take profit targets off this pattern. All right, if it does complete, let's actually see what our take profit targets are going to be. All right. So remember I told you A to D. So XA, measure it A to D, A down to the D point right here. All right. 382, first take profit, 618, second take profit. Okay. Okay, so that's what I expect. I expect the market to come down, break the 618. Once it breaks the 618, I'm going to be very, very alert. So as soon as this price touches the 786, 127 lining up, I'm going to look for rejection off that area, and then I'm going to take it long. And then I'll actually have my take profit targets already. So let's actually see how much pips. Let's say you get an exact entry right when it touches. See how many pips that is, 73, 75, 78 pips on this first take profit target. And our second take profit target is going to be 127 pips, which is beautiful. So yeah, that's actually a nice opportunity to go long once this pattern completes. Australian dollar 4-hour chart. Basically just an example of a Gartley pattern, guys. Keep it very simple. Like I said, I simplify my trading as much as I can. You know, clean charts. I don't use any indicators. You can use indicators as an extra confirmation. We'll go into that in the next video. But besides that, the next video I'm going to cover the next harmonic pattern, probably going to be a bat, and then we'll actually go into a little bit more in depth into let me see. Yeah, I'm just going to go through my steps basically. And if you want extra confirmation, then you add in an indicator. All right. Only after you go through these certain steps. All right. So I'm going to go through the steps, and it's going to be pretty much a for sure way of increasing your accuracy in the market, giving you way more confirmations. All right, and actually not just trading blind. All right. So sometimes you feel like you're trading blind. That means you're not taking your time with your markups. You're not being patient with the market. You're not letting it come to you first, okay, before taking the trade. So, I mean, just be patient with it. The market's going to be here. All right. So, on to the next video, probably going to be the bat pattern. And then we'll wrap up this harmonic section. And we'll get into, putting it all together and actually marking up your charts, saving them and all that. So, on to the next video, guys. Peace.